Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a review of the 79th Guard Tankovi. It's a really fun deck, but we're going to go over the pros, the cons, weaknesses, and we're going to go over the overall deck in general. We're going to go through the Lodge, Infantry, Arty tab in order, and then, yeah. So, anyway, guys, only a small percentage of you are subscribed, so please subscribe. It really does help out, and let's get into it. First of all, Lodge-wise, what do you guys get? You got about 3 options of command vehicles, so not too much options, but enough. You got a helicopter one. I don't know why you'd bring a helicopter one if you want to rush down a point, I guess, or sneak around with some helis. But in general, though, I wouldn't recommend helis. They're pretty exposed, and they're going to get artilleried. You do get these nice, beautiful the BRDMs. These things are pretty good. They're fast. They have pretty good stealth. They don't get... I mean, the stealth is bad, but, like, you know, it hides really well. You also get another option, though, if you really want to, get a BMP with a little equivalent of a tow missile of some kind. It's really good. It actually gets kills, but pretty expensive. You're paying 60 more points. But yeah, it has a little bit better survivability. Supply truck wise, you get 2 choices here. You get these MTLB. This thing carries decent amount of supplies. You can see it carries 500, but you can also get 1,100 for just a little bit more, 20 points. So it's a big difference. I would pay for a little bit more. It's pretty cheap though, both the supplies. Availability wise, you do get pretty good availability on this. 9 of them. You can vet up supply, which makes no sense. Why would you vet up supply? You can't vet up these though, so you get 9 and 9. So you may as well just go pay for the extra 20 points. You definitely will not be running out of supplies that quick. But moving on to the beautiful infantry tab, guys. Infantry tab wise, you get decent amount of infantry variety. You get your whatever you want to bring there. This thing's useless. It will die. It will not do anything. So don't utilize it at all. You get 2 leader cards if you want. You get a Monostrokey command unit that carries an anti-tank rocket. And then he also has another type of anti-tank rocket with a Superi squad. Differences, you can see the penetration and damage, so and accuracy. Big difference in accuracy. This thing's way more accurate, but doesn't do as much penetration. No, pretty much 20 penetration will go through anything. You have Monostrokey BMP. You can bring Monostrokey in BMP 1 or 2. The model 2 is just better, so you should always bring a Monostrokey. Monostrokey squads are pretty big. You do get some good veterancy on them. You can either bring them with 1 vet, 6 vet, 1 vet, 2 vet, or 3 vet. You can see the change in availability in the bottom left. Huge difference though if you're looking at veterancy. Chance to hit plus 50%, rate of fire 30%, stress resistance plus 50%, and so on and so on. So pretty good stuff. Train though, no debuffs. You also get some Monostrokey with, what is this? Why can't I even select on this? So weird. You also get these other Monostrokey, which come with the BMP-1, and they come with more tow missiles. This squad instead of a RPG, so that's the big pros of these. The BMP-1 though is way worse. It's just so much worse, in my opinion. But it does come with tow missiles, pretty good. So pretty expensive buy though. I see 90 points here. You also come with Superi. You have 2 choices of Superi. You get the Superi with a satchel charge or Superi with a flame, like rocket launcher. Bring the flame rocket launcher. It annihilates infantry. I don't really see a difference in rate of fire between non-vetted and vetted. So I wouldn't vet the Superi at all. Satchel charges don't work. The problem is satchels don't get close enough ever in any engagement for them to be utilized. So you may as well just go with the ones with the flame. These flames do a lot of damage. If you have a supply truck though, you should keep it near them because they only have 2 shots, but they do mow down enemy infantry squads. So that is the pros of the infantry deck. The rest of that, you get some just some cheap Monostrokey, which are down here. They come with this little, like, I don't even know what this thing is, a BTRS. So this thing actually will mow down some infantry. Just a cheap alternative if you're looking for something that doesn't come with it's forced to come with a BMP. So that is another choice for you. Commander-wise, I don't really recommend the leaders in general, but it's up to you. Artillery-wise, though, you get a little bit more of a choice here. Get these BM-21s. These things don't do any damage. That's all I have to say. The artillery right now is not performing how it should, but if you were to bring any artillery, you could bring down this. This thing's okay. But again, I don't think it's been doing as work as it should. Obviously, this will change, and it's just a straight up rocket right now. High explosive, indirect fire. These 152 mils will do damage and will annihilate enemy artillery. So if you're utilizing it for that, it can, and it will kill enemy A as well. These a little bit cheaper 122s don't seem to do as much damage, and artillery right now seems very underperforming. So that's just note that. Tank wise though. Good variety of tanks in here. First of all, I get the cream of the crop. You get the T-80U. This thing's nasty. This thing annihilates everybody. I'll pretty much beat any tank in a 1-to-1 fight. So just be wary of that. It excels in long range, being that it comes with some ground-to-ground missiles. So that's super good. Medium range, it pretty much goes 1-to-1 with the highest tier Abrams. But in CQC, though, I kind of tend to say that the Abrams has the edge in that engagement. So just be wary of that. You also, if you're looking for a little bit of a cheaper alternative, you get the T-64V, really good. It has 19 penetration, but less armor. So it can penetrate in Abrams pretty much, but it just has less armor, so be careful of that. It's kind of, in a way, it's a glass cannon, but it's also not, because it's got a lot of armor too, I gotta say. 17 is not bad. T-80U, though, you can bring the T-80U with a command if you want. Get the T-80Vs. They all come with smoke, as you see. You also get this, like, ATGM. You can spam a whole bunch of these out there, guys. I'm seeing a lot of guys just pushing them out there now as cheese, so that's something to be wary of in 1v1s and more. You also got some cheap, some cheap alternatives you're looking for, like some T-80s with some command tanks as well, or T-80Bs, a little bit cheaper as well, but still really good penetration and decent armor as well. So strong tanks still, but a little more cost efficient than tank AA-wise, alright, recon-wise, what do you get? Get these little recon vehicles. These things go down instantly. I wouldn't recommend them. Get two choices here. Roseka come with a RPG, so any vehicles that get near them, they'll definitely die. They get mowed down pretty quick in infantry engagements, so be wary of that. The Roseka, though, these don't have any RPG, but they actually do compete in infantry combat, so utilize these. And then you get your beautiful, beautiful Spetsnaz guys. These guys mow down people. Come with like some submachine gun that looks like a sniper rifle, an RPG, which is also anti-tank. It does come with a helicopter too. You can only bring it in the helicopter. It costs 90 points, but it comes with all these rockets, as you can see. So it is something to be scary. Like, it is scary, this helicopter. Plus, if you want, it can leave the field to get your money back as well. Also get some recon helicopters. Comes with no armament at all. They will go down instantly, so just be careful of that. And you also get a BMP-1 recon, which can forward deploy at the beginning of the battle, so note that as well. AA-wise, AA, guys. AA is not functioning how it should be, but it will be at one point. You get your AKMs. These things are really good, actually. I really recommend these things. These things will be your air killers. Tunguskas are really expensive. I think they're a little too expensive to be, utilized right now, but that should be able to change. Their anti-air gun will mow down infantry, and it will also mow down helicopters. And then your surface-to-air missile, it doesn't really work. That's all I have to say. The MT here is a little bit cheaper variant. It's okay, I'd say. In general, though, it will not shoot down any high-tier aircraft, but maybe the slower ones, like like the A-10 and stuff. You also got these aircraft. These things are not good at all right now. They run out of ammo instantly. The rate of fire is terrible. But this is hopefully to change. It's also radar, so watch out for seed. But in general, though, it's pretty good. It just needs ammo, and I recommend the other alternatives you get. They just have more ammo, more rounds, and these things is not hitting as it should right now. The IGLA, these actually are pretty decent, man. Like, they'll kill helicopters. They will not shoot down aircraft ever, unless the aircraft just keeps flying over and over, and it's a slow flying aircraft, like an A-10 maybe, but like everything else, not so much. So note that as well. Helicopter-wise, what do you get, guys? What do you get for helicopters? You get beautiful M124Vs. These things are awesome. They'll mow down. You can't change veterancy. You can only get a maximum of 3 of them. But these things are really strong. They come with anti-air as well, so they can be counter enemy air, helicopters. And they're only 130 points, so pretty cost efficient. Actually, probably one of the best helis in the game right now, just for the cost efficiency. It's a really fun helicopter to use, so I recommend it definitely. Air power wise, so the air type's pretty big. You have 2 options right now. You can have you have 2 options. That's all I can say. You can bring between the MiG 23 MLA or the MiG 23 ML. Differences you can see in the missile variety, but again, they're both there to shoot down fighters. And the problem is the F-15 right now will annihilate you in any engagement, so be careful with that. But to boost up your fighter potential, you can use these. These are seed planes that go against radar, but they can definitely be easily used against enemy fighters. In fact, these things hit pretty accurately, so I recommend using these with your MiGs to counter enemy like F-15 and stuff. So that's a must-take. Clusters are must-take, guys. Clusters are broken right now, but they're obviously being tweaked and worked with. Clusters are awesome. They're good in every game, so I can't, what can I say? They're clusters, guys. They annihilate, and they fire them pretty early on, so they're able to get out pretty quick. You also have a couple options here of napalm as well. The napalm I don't think is as good. People get out of the way pretty quickly. It doesn't kill units as it should. Same with HE. HE doesn't really do that much damage. It has 8 500 kilogram bombs. But the bombs don't do that much damage. I'm gonna be real. They don't do that much at all. You also get some ATGM planes if you're looking for that. These things are slow, but they're tanks in the sky. And they can also fire at helicopters if you need to. You have a pretty good option. You have Napalm, Clustered, HE, and Rocket, but I recommend just sticking with this one, ATGM. Napalm and Clusters aren't so good. They're too slow for what they need to be doing. You may as well pay a couple more points for the better aircraft. 10 more points, guys. Come on. And yeah, that's all I have to say about the air tab. Overall, deck's pretty fun. Weaknesses of the deck, I have to say right now against Third Armor is your only competition, which should change pretty quickly. Third Armor has, I say, in some ways, a lot cheaper infantry to be brought out. So you tend to have like 2-to-1 engagements infantry-wise. So you have to use those BTRs as well. BTRs, though, can be really good to overwhelm and pair with your tanks to destroy all the Abrams. Tank-wise, you have a really strong variety here. AA-wise, you have pretty good AA, but unfortunately right now it's just not functioning. Hopefully it'll get better. Clusters, you get pretty good. You have a lot of aircraft tabs, so that's really good. And that's all I have to say about it right now. Tell me what you guys think about it. I'd be really curious. Tell me what you guys think the pros, the cons, the deck is. I really want to know. So, like, let me know. And if you see something broken, tell me, because I'd be really curious to utilize it. And I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.